This officer was by himself on a routine welfare check. What he didn't know is that he might be talking to a killer. Just past midnight on November 14th, 2022, a Milwaukee police officer responded to a welfare check in a residential neighborhood. The caller was concerned for their 75-year-old neighbor, who lived with 31-year-old Israel Webb II, a man who shared no familial ties. Officers were likely unaware of Israel's criminal history, which included armed robbery, carrying a concealed weapon, theft, and multiple disorderly conduct charges. According to a community briefing, upon arrival, Israel spoke through a window and agreed to let an officer inside.
Welcome to the Brandt Reacts channel, ladies and gentlemen, where we react to everything that is police or crime related. I grew up as a cop son, so picture this. My dad had a gun, a badge, and a mustache that screamed, "I've seen some things." But every time he left for a shift, we were left wondering, will he come home? Or will this be the night he stars in his own action movie where the bad guy wins? This is the struggle of every family member of a cop. Let's see what happens here today.
And after you. You said you gotta make sure you got an animal or something?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Here, Israel picks up a steel brake rotor on his way into the residence.
First of all, as a police officer, would you go into a place without backup and go in ahead of the guy and have him come in behind you? I don't know.
Feeling wrong.
What, this one?
Yeah.
Okay. What's that for?
Oh no, to block the door and swings open.
Ah, gotcha.
According to the community briefing, this is the only entrance and exit in the home. The rotor likely weighs around 20 pounds, more than enough to prevent anybody from quickly leaving or entering the room.
You want to just...
Already right there, red flag. His behavior is quite suspicious. I would be quite nervous at this point. I'd have him stand out in the hallway and wait with the door open, for sure.
Under one?
Rocky? She's laying on her bed.
Hey, Dorothy! Where's your bed at?
Is it in there?
After you. You got any lights here?
Yeah.
You got the lights on?
Oh, she can pay the bill.
Oh. Hey, you just go in there for me?
Yeah, no,
What do you mean?
she's right here.
Oh, she's right here?
Yeah.
Dorothy? Is she sleeping?
Yes.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
I don't think she's sleeping.
Okay. How long has she been sleeping for?
Like since 6.
Since
What's
6,
the bag for?
last week.
She wets the bed. You gotta cover it like that.
Because you're in here, we'll open the window and stuff.
Okay, you pull the cover back for me?
Dorothy?
Why is she covered up like that? Her face.
Oh, she's sleeping.
She's
Step
sleeping.
back for me. Is it Dorothy?
She did. She
Is
did.
Dorothy? Dorothy. Why she got flowers and stuff on her like that? Okay, step back.
She did.
Step back.
She's dead.
What do you mean she's dead?
She's dead. I was gonna
She's
call
not
her
alive.
in the morning.
Okay. Put your hands up.
The phone.
Right to jail, right away.
Put your hands up.
Alright.
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. 5446. Can I get another squad to my location? I'm a supervisor. Put your hands behind your back. You don't got any weapons or anything like that?
It's kind of in a rough spot here, I'd say.
Don't even look at me. Hands behind your back. You're looking at me. Don't do that. Why you look? No,
Oh shit. Here we go again.
you're not gonna get shot, but you looking at me like that is kind of making me nervous.
Stop
looking at me.
Why do some people automatically think they're gonna get shot?
Don't do that. I'm telling you. Stop looking at me. You're gonna get tased. You hear me? Just letting you know. Don't do that.
Don't eyeball me.
All right? I got a taser right now.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
Okay.
All right?
Please.
All right?
You in the face.
No.
Please in the face.
No.
Her relatives. Call her relatives. Call her relatives, please.
Pull in the race card, of course.
Don't.
Pull out the race card.
Make that other squad 1017, please.
Please.
Is he asking him to shoot him in the face? I think he is.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb.
He is. Death by police.
Just don't move. Put your hands up. Because you're doing too much moving and you're making me nervous. No. Just don't move.
3-4, show strong. 3-4, take off the left.
On the ground.
Take right from.
On the ground. On the ground. On your stomach. No, on your stomach.
Please.
Sir, on your stomach.
Putting his hands right towards
You're doing
that
too much.
Okay.
brake rotor.
No, you're going to get tased.
Okay, I'm down.
Put your hands behind your back. Now. Hands behind your back. Behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your other hand behind your back.
What was the address again?
I
Your
can't
other
see
hand
this
behind
going
your
well.
back. Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting.
Put your hand behind your back. Your other hand. Yep, put it behind your back. Don't move. This is gonna do.
Oh yeah, I knew it.
Stop resisting. Stop.
This is where it gets serious.
According to a community briefing, the officer attempted to handcuff Israel but secured only one wrist before a struggle began. At this time, the officer pressed the emergency button on his radio, signaling for immediate backup. During the altercation, Israel allegedly used this 2.5-foot metal pole and attempted to grab the officer's firearm.
Plus, once you have the cuff on one hand, it becomes a weapon itself. They just have to swing it around, catch you in the face. It's over.
Stop! Give me another squad here now! Sir!
Right in the face.
Stop!
Right in the face.
You will be shot! Stop!
He wants to be shot.
Right in the face.
Stop!
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay.
Drop the pole!
Right in the face.
Drop the pole!
He's obviously not
Right
well.
in the face.
Drop the pole!
Right in the face. Come on. Right in the face.
Drop the pole!
Right in the face.
Drop!
Do it in the Come on, right in
Sir.
the face. Please, right in the face. Right
Drop
in
the
face.
pole!
Right in the face. Right in the face. Come on.
Now I'm gonna have to shoot
Right in
you.
the face. Come on. Do it, please. Come on, you don't know what I see. Do it.
Sir!
Do it.
Drop the
Do
pole!
it. You don't know what I see. Do it.
Sir!
Right in the face.
Wow.
Right in the face. Come on. Come on.
Drop the
Come
pole!
on. Right in the face, man. Please.
Drop
Right in the face.
on the ground now!
Right in the face. Come on.
On the ground!
Make it quick.
On the ground!
Why? I don't know why he doesn't tase him. I don't know why he's even arguing with him at this point. Like, he's not going to go down, so he wants you to shoot him. So the only other alternative to me would be to tase him, I believe.
Please make it quick. Okay. Don't tag me.
Drop it! Drop it! Now!
Right in the face.
Drop it!
I wish we could see it.
Drop it!
Right in the face.
Drop it!
Right in the face. Come on.
Drop it!
You gotta do it, man. Right in the
Drop
Right in the face.
the weight now!
Ow.
Right in the face.
Drop the weight!
Right in the face.
Drop the weight!
Right in the face.
Drop the weight!
Responding officers attempted a rear entry to the building, but ultimately had to kick down the door to assist.
Subject is at gunpoint. I'm in the squad.
Right in the face. Come on.
That guy doesn't mess around, eh?
Don't take me, man! Drop the weight!
Oh.
He's listening to it.
Oh no!
Get me! Get me!
Wow.
Pull through. Give me your hand! Check that unit. I got it. Hold on. Someone get medical now. Call for medical.
According to a community briefing, despite being tased, Israel threw the brake rotor at the officer, prompting the officer to fire his handgun. This photo shows the damage caused by the rotor, which was allegedly just inches from hitting the officer. Israel allegedly continued to resist other officers, but was eventually taken into custody. Emergency medical services were immediately sent for Israel, and he survived the injuries. The 24-year-old officer was treated and released after minor injuries. The officer had 4 years of service at the time. A medical examiner was called to assess the 75-year-old woman, who had no signs of trauma. It was later determined she died from lung cancer, though the exact time of death remains unclear. An investigation was opened to determine if the use of force was justified after the officer-involved shooting incident took place. During this investigation, the officer was placed on administrative leave. On December 5, 2022, roughly 3 weeks after the shooting, the Milwaukee County District Attorney found the use of force was justified. The officer will face no charges regarding this incident. For this incident, Israel was charged with 1 count of battery of a law enforcement officer, 1 count of resisting an officer, and 2 counts of bail jumping, which was linked to a $2,500 signature bond for prior disorderly conduct charges, according to news sources. In February 2023, the court determined he was incompetent to make decisions related to his case and assist with his defense. However, the court deemed he was a likely candidate to regain competency in his case. He was forced to participate in 62 days of competency restoration treatment, credited as jail time if sentenced. In May 2023, he remained incompetent, leading to extended treatment. By late July 2023, the court declared him competent and set a $5,000 cash bond. In August 2023, he pled not guilty and posted the $5,000 cash bond in September after 10 months in custody. Though the case was prepared for trial, in February 2024, 15 months after the incident, the state dismissed all charges and refunded his bail. However, in March 2024, he was recharged for the same incident with 1 count of attempting to disarm a peace officer, 1 count of resisting or obstructing an officer, and 1 count of bail jumping. A $5,000 signature bond was set in April 2024, and in June, he pled not guilty once again. At the time of posting this video, the case remains pending. Additionally, Israel currently faces separate, unrelated charges for stalking and violating a restraining order in relation to domestic abuse, along with felony bail jumping.
Now, when police receive...
Why he would not just report the death to the police? I guess he didn't want to... it was probably her place. He didn't want to end a good thing. He was probably just staying there, I would imagine. But the fact that he had to go through all those charges because he handled things in such a horrible way, like he obviously was suffering from mental health, but this guy doesn't need to be on the streets. They threw out all the charges, I see, but then they ended up charging him again. But unbelievable that these kinds of people are allowed to go back out on the streets when you know that they are a problem or are going to be a problem in the future. They should be put into an asylum or put into a place where they can get the help that they need.
Calls for a check on their well-being is often a very delicate situation. And though we do use compassion, we also have to respond with caution, because as usual, police enter these situations knowing very little. And I've responded to many welfare check calls, and most times the person was either asleep or not home. But on that rare occasion, unfortunately, the end result wasn't always a happy ending. So today we're in Milwaukee and we have a concerned neighbor calling 911 so police can do a welfare check to check on a 75-year-old woman who lives with a 31-year-old man who isn't a family member. Now, this is an immediate cause for concern for me, because when you have a random person living with someone who isn't related to them, it could be just me, but this is extremely suspect.
For sure.
Because many people like to take advantage of the elderly. We do see it a lot. And then we learned that the male living with this woman has an extensive criminal history, which is never good.
That's why I said he was probably milking a good thing. He didn't want to report it because his cash cow would be over.
So my question is, how did this male even end up living here? But the male actually opened the door for the officer and everything appeared okay for the moment, until the male picked up the 20-pound brake rotor and then placed it in front of the door, blocking the exit of the apartment. And his explanation was because the door swings open. And just as a side note, in the academy, officers are usually trained to never allow your exit to be obstructed because you may have to make a quick exit. But at this point, as I'm watching this, the hairs on the back of my neck started to stand up because the male first states that Dorothy is on the bed. But once the light came on, the male states that Dorothy was right next to the officer the entire time. But here's the thing, Dorothy isn't alive anymore, and the male apparently knew that during this entire interaction, because that's exactly what he whispered to this officer. Now, if you guys are paying attention, this guy gives away multiple signs that he wasn't going to go quiet. The first one is he didn't turn all the way around when the officer gave him an order, and the second, he keeps watching the officer. And the last, he actually pulls away when the officer initially tries to cuff him. And these are all warning signs, and I cannot stress how dangerous this is because the officer is in this apartment with the door closed with a mentally unstable male. And that quick, as the officer tries to cuff him, the officer's in a fight because all we hear is the officer yelling to stop resisting because the body cam is falling off, and this interaction just got more disturbing as it progressed. Now, this officer had to yell to stop to this male over 11 times and drop the weight numerous times, and then still had to fire his weapon. But thankfully, this officer was not hurt, and his backup showed up right on time. However, this male is extremely dangerous, and although the deceased had no trauma, in my opinion, he should not have been living there. But lastly, this is just another example of how a simple check on a well-being call can turn into a fight for survival. But this officer did great, and he didn't receive any charges for his actions. So it's definitely a win in my book. That's all I have, guys. Remember to be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was a close one for this young officer. He definitely made some mistakes, and I hope he learned from them. Don't forget to use excessive force on that like and subscribe button, as it really helps my channel along, and I really appreciate it. And please don't forget to always stay safe. We'll see you next time. Sit, Ellie, sit. Good kid.